Alright, let's dive into something that's been making headlines lately, and honestly, it's pretty alarming. Imagine waking up to find out that your local water system has been hacked. Not just one, but over a dozen states across the US are reporting cyberattacks on their water systems, and officials suspect these attacks might be linked to Iran-backed hackers. What makes this really interesting is that it's not just about data breaches or financial theft. We are talking about critical infrastructure that directly impacts public safety. Water systems are the backbone of any community, and messing with them, that's a whole new level of cyber warfare. Now, let's break this down. States like Michigan, Minnesota, Georgia, New Jersey, and South Dakota are on the list. In Minnesota alone, over 30 community water systems were affected. Personally, I think what stands out here is the scale and precision of these attacks. It's not random, it's targeted. Take Georgia, for example. The Clayton County Water Authority, serving 300,000 people in the Atlanta area, experienced a cyberattack that caused a water pressure drop. Thankfully, they restored service quickly, but the fact that hackers could disrupt something so essential is deeply concerning. Here's where it gets even more intriguing. The hackers gained remote access to pumps, valves, and water pressure controls. Some utilities even lost their remote control capabilities, forcing operators to switch to manual mode. What this really suggests is that these attackers aren't just probing vulnerabilities, they are actively trying to take control. And while officials say the drinking water has remained safe so far, the potential for contamination or disruption is a ticking time bomb. If you take a step back and think about it, this isn't just a cyberattack, it's a direct threat to national security. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture. The FBI, EPA, and CISA all issued warnings back in July, urging water agencies to beef up their cybersecurity. They advised disconnecting systems from the internet, strengthening passwords, and improving firewalls. But here's the thing, many of these systems were compromised because they were using default passwords. Yes, you heard that right, default passwords. One thing that immediately stands out is how basic security lapses can have catastrophic consequences. It's like leaving your front door unlocked in a high-crime neighborhood. What many people don't realize is that critical infrastructure often runs on outdated or poorly secured systems, making them sitting ducks for hackers. So, who's behind this? Federal investigators suspect Iran-backed hackers, specifically a group called Cyberattacks, linked to the Iranian Revolutionary Guard. Their tactics resemble a 2023 campaign where they exploited default passwords to access water system controllers. From my perspective, this isn't just about Iran flexing its cyber muscles, it's a wake-up call for the entire world. Cyber warfare is no longer a futuristic concept, it's happening right now, and it's targeting the most basic necessities of life. What makes this even more unsettling is the broader trend. Cyberattacks on critical infrastructure are on the rise globally. We've seen attacks on power grids, hospitals, and now water systems. This raises a deeper question. Are we prepared for a world where cyber threats can disrupt our daily lives so fundamentally? Personally, I think we are at a crossroads. We need to invest heavily in cybersecurity, not just for government agencies, but for every single piece of critical infrastructure. Because if water systems can be hacked, what's next? In my opinion, this isn't just a technical issue, it's a societal one. We've become so reliant on technology that we've overlooked the vulnerabilities it introduces. A detail I find fascinating is how something as simple as a password can be the difference between safety and chaos. It's a reminder that cybersecurity isn't just the job of IT departments, it's everyone's responsibility. So, where do we go from here? I think the first step is awareness. We need to recognize that cyberattacks on critical infrastructure aren't just a possibility, they are a reality. Governments, businesses, and individuals all need to step up their game. But beyond that, I believe we need a fundamental shift in how we approach technology. We can't just chase after the latest innovations without considering the risks. If there's one takeaway from this, it's that our interconnected world comes with interconnected risks. As I wrap this up, I'm left with a thought-provoking question. Are we doing enough to protect ourselves from the invisible threats lurking in the digital shadows? Because if these attacks continue, it's not just water systems at stake, it's our entire way of life. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Are we prepared for this new era of cyber warfare? Or are we still playing catch-up? Hit that like button, subscribe for more insights, and let's keep the conversation going.